Here we get into some more. About that money, get residuals. Some more.
Yes. Yes, 2 times. I know the vibes. They go.
Ooh la la, ah wee wee.
She go.
Ooh la la, ah wee wee.
We go.
Ooh la la, ah wee wee. Ooh la la, ah wee wee.
Hey.
Ooh la la, ah wee wee.
Hey.
Ooh la la, ah wee wee.
Hey.
Ooh la la, ah wee wee. Ooh la la.
Looking for M's like I lost a friend. Hop out of the bed like where the bread? Where is the bread? What it do, YouTube? You already know what it is. You now tuned in. POPAVIST, that be me. POPAVIST TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling back up in here one more again. If it's your first time, then we appreciate you, you know what I mean? Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell so when I upload the videos, you can get alerted for more content like this. If it's not your first time, then we appreciate you as well, you know what I mean, for rocking with us. You know how we do, you know how we start the show. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. And we is in the end game, people, because the New York Knicks won 6 in a row. Can you believe it? Ha! You was one of those who was like, Knicks ain't making the playoffs. I was like that too in the beginning. But now I'm like, is New York in the house? Is Brooklyn in the house? Uptown in the house? Staten Island in the house? Boogie down, yeah, you know what I mean? Like ODB, rest in peace to Old Dirty B, you know what I mean? ODB, Wu-Tang, we love the kids. Like the Knicks straight off 6 in a row. Not 1, not 2, not 3. Like, yeah, like LeBron when he was saying how many chips they gonna get in Miami. Oh, baby, the Knicks. I know we said we always gonna talk about Brooklyn over here, and we are, because they really the contenders. Kevin Durant got injured, we talk about that in a minute. But the New York Knickerbockers, yeah, is New York in the hell? Like people got that energy around here, that feeling, yeah. You know what I mean? Like really that feeling in the gym, outside. People like, yo, the Knicks. People is talking about it, and they should be, because we've been used to losing. I know what it's like to lose, to feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail. Like, you know what I mean? So the Knicks is balling, and they got 14 games left. A lot of teams got 14, 15 games left. Right now, I think they're still 1 game under Boston, even though they got the same record, but I think Boston got the head-to-head. So they play, their schedule is I got them losing to Phoenix. I think they're going to win 9 in a row. I think they're going to beat Charlotte, Atlanta, and I forget who the other team is. Then they'll probably lose to Phoenix. If they win 10 in a row, oh, baby. If the Knicks win 10 in a row, I'm going to eat this chip after Ramadan. Yeah, I ain't going to mess around with this. This joint been sitting here for a while because I'm trying to go all the picks, you know what I mean, and win and not get none wrong. But if the Knicks go 10-0, I might be doing the one chip, hot chip challenge, you know what I'm saying? Plus, y'all want to see me burning up anyway. I seen somebody just take a little smidget of the powder that's on the chip and almost die. Like, yeah, we in the end game. But we also in the end game. But Stephcurry is balling. Like, Jim Jones, like, balling. Like, he all the way balling. And if they team wasn't, I ain't going to say super hot trash, you know what I mean? Because they not. I had them making the playoffs. Like I said, you seen the other video I did on Wiseman, and I talked about the Warriors a few times because I like the Warriors. You know what I mean? I think they got the championship DNA. They champions. I like Curry and all them, Steve Kerr. You know what I mean? I like what he be saying outside of the basketball realm. You know what I mean? His little political views every now and then. Him and Pop. You know what I mean? But Steph is balling. Like, we get to him in a minute. Can the Knicks make noise in the playoffs now? That's where we at now, because we already know they're going to make the playoffs unless they have a full-on collapse Unless, I don't know about what Stephen A. Smith talking about as far as Julius Randle is in the MVP, candidacy race. And he's balling. He's balling. He's another one that's Super Bowl for New York right now. And to have the team that he got, even though you got R.J. Barrett, you got Quickly, you got, Noel, you got, the Knicks got some rough riders on their team. And then you got Coach Thibodeau, who I'm a fan of because he one of those coaches that you got to get it out the mud with him. In order to get time on the floor and all that, you got to put that best foot forward and you got to play D. You know what I mean? Like, you got to, even if you can't do certain things, you got to bring the effort and you got to bring defense. So that's what I like, because that's what New York is about, the grittiness and, you know what I mean? Like, get it from the bottom, and you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. You got to have that armor and that skin on you to be able to survive in these New York streets. But with that being said, can the Knicks make noise in the playoffs? That's the real question. Yeah, like, that's the real question. I think my opinion on that is it's based on who we get in the first round. Like, right now we 6. Like I said, if we can win, I think they're gonna win 9 in a row. I think they're gonna beat Charlotte. They play Atlanta, and Atlanta is playing good too. Atlanta's number 4 right now. Trae Young and them, they playing good. Once they get their other pieces back, they're going to definitely be a force to reckon with. It's still going to be a first-round exit. They're not knocking nobody out in the first. Well, actually, the first round, they the number 4 seed. If they stay, they'll play the number 5 seed, which, let's take a look real quick so we can be accurate. Real Quickington. See what we talking about here. Get that a chance to load up. All right, here we go. Number 4, they be playing Boston if everything stays the same, or if New York moves up and be number 5, then they'll play New York. But I think it all depends on who they play. I would love to see them play, like I said, like a Brooklyn, but that's where they had to fall all the way down. And with Kevin Durant getting hurt, I don't know if they're going to capture that number 1 spot. I mean, they're not that many games out behind Philly. Philly played today. You know what I mean? Happy Monday for those. You know what I mean? By the way, even though it's late in the day, like, it's fast and I got stuff going on. Can't jump on every time. You know what I mean? But Philly played and they lost to Golden State. They lost to that. Steph Curry is the bad man. Like, whoo. And if they wasn't, like I said, Dirtington or scraping at the bottom to get in these last couple of games, he definitely would be considered MVP. I digress. And so when I said Donovan Mitchell, man, he got hurt. He's out, even though Utah beat the Lakers today. You know what I mean? Philly, they lost tonight. They missing Tobias Harris and Ben Simmons didn't play. I think it's load management. But Steph, he blistered them for 49, and he's averaging 40. Really, it's 39.1, but after tonight, I'm sure that put him over 40. You know what I mean? I'm sure that put him probably like 42, or you average it out, but he's balling. Another 10-point, 3-pointer game. So I think he got like 21 now. Like, whew. Talking about Reggie Miller, Ray Allen, like all the great shooters, you know what I'm saying? Bird, you know what I mean? Stojakovic, like, there's so many good shooters, but obviously Clay, Harden, you know what I mean? Like, Steph is balling. And I think they still got a outside shot of making the playoffs as well. They're going to probably make the end game, the playing series that they're about to do soon, to see who's going to get the A spot and all that. I think 7 down. New rules, new game, I mean, to make it more exciting. Luke and them, they don't like it, but then they won. There was no problem. Now they lost again. And who they lost to tonight? They lost to a trash team tonight, right? Who they lost to? Luke and them. Well, they lost to. It was that yesterday. Yeah, they played yesterday. I'm all off because I ain't really been following like that. You know what I mean? When I can't bet, it's like, I still love sports, don't get me wrong, but them chicken dinners and that vested money, give it that extra, you know what I mean, for me, you know what I mean? But yeah, they lost yesterday to a bum team. They lost to Sacramento. Woo! Yesterday, they stink the joint up yesterday. But let's get back to Monday, you know what I mean? Boston lost. Indiana keep losing. Like I said, the East is top heavy. Boston was looking like they was coming on strong. Then they lost. But I think the Knicks could move up to 4 or 5 because it's only a small amount of games that separate in the teams, just like out in the West. But the West people got you know, the teams in the West, they records is, they got more wins out there in the West. A lot of teams is, you know, high numbers. The East is a little low. Even Miami is just barely 500. You know what I'm saying? So Westbrook, swish. I mean, like, keep watching me. Westbrook, swish. Westbrook averaging triple-double. Like, you know what I mean? WESTSIDE, like, he's all the way balling. And they coming on strong as well, too. Could they get in the end game? I don't think so. I think it's too late. But with 15 games left, if they keep winning, then they possibly could get in. Obviously, we know Jamal Murray is out. You know what I mean? Denver, they're going to try to stay afloat. They won in double overtime tonight against John Morant and them. Phoenix, they got the victory. Giannis is back. They dropped 2. And, you know, I guess he got to get his rhythm and all that. They won by 1, though. That was a thriller game. You know what I'm saying? That was a thriller. But, yeah, I think the Knicks, I think when they get in the playoffs, it all depends on the matchup. If they say, let's see, say they end up dropping the 8 and they play a Philly. They play Philly tough. You know what I mean? Even though I don't think they got a chance to beat Philly, but they probably could get 2 games. The Knicks going to get at least 2 games. I think they could get 2 games against Brooklyn as well. One is the familiarity. They from New York. It'll be a New York subway series, if you will. You hop on the train, hit the Brooklyn, hop on the train, Madison Square, you know what I mean? The Garden, the Mecca. And Zion. Let's talk about Zion real quick, only in the sense of, because it was trending, the comments he made about playing in New York, saying it's one of the most fun arena to play in. Obviously, college, the tournament, and now coming back. And he on what the rookie deals is on now, 5-6 year deal. So we ain't got a chance until, you know, a couple years from now. Who knows what it'll be. But it's very interesting. Like, you know what I mean? You want to come to New York? You know what I mean? Like, and I think, you know, we'll see. But that was eye-opening. People was like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, you want to come play for the Knicks? And then, obviously, he mad cool with R.J. Barrett. They friends, you know what I'm saying? On the same team in college, etc. But I think it all really depends on who the Knicks play. I don't think they're going to win no playoff. And I know it's like, oh, I thought you was in there. I'm going to be rooting for them. I said, I'm going to be rooting for them. Yeah, I'm going to be rooting. But I just really don't see. You got to be realistic. You can't be fandism all out. The Knicks got it. They're going to make the playoffs. They're probably not going to win in the playoffs. They probably win a game or 2, take them lumps, and then come back next year, you know, with more experience and that under your belt. You know what I mean? Get that much better. But the real thing is, can Milwaukee, you know what I mean, snatch the number 1 spot or the number 2 spot away from Brooklyn or Philly, because now Kevin Durant is hurt. And Harden to be back soon. And it's like Kevin Durant, you know, when I first seen it, you know what I mean, it looked like it was a knee, but they saying it's a thigh contusion. So he'll be all right. I mean, it is like you in, you out. You in, you out. You playing, is you done or is you done? Like I mean, like you playing or you not playing. There's so much with a caliber of, you know, with the caliber of player that he is, we want to err on the side of caution because you need him for the playoffs. If they don't have him, that's the question of the day. Could they really make a real run without him in the East? I still think they can. Lamar, you know, like LaMarcus Aldridge, he was there for 5 games, so you can't even really count his contribution or the lack thereof. So it was really Harden, Kyrie, DeAndre Jordan, Blake Griffin for what it's worth, Shamet, you know what I mean? Who else is on the damn? Trying to think who else is on the Brooklyn. It is new. Like, you supposed to be a Brooklyn fan. I can't think of it right now. Yeah, over here, we unscripted, authentic, that feeling. Yeah, you know what I mean? I still think they got enough because you got 2 superstars. One is a champion, and he's a seeking missile. That's Kyrie Irving, that is Uncle Drew. And then Harden. And they, you know, Harden done carried the team already. You know what I mean? Not to say that he didn't have no help when Chris Paul was dead. And, you know, they had good teams around him. It just wasn't enough. They was up 3-1 on the Warriors, and then they collapsed. In Game 7, you went 0 for 35 on 3-point land. We in the end game now. So they can make a run. Can they win the finals? No. Can they get to the finals? Yeah. I mean, the East, You got Giannis, you got Drew, and you got Middleton. Middleton is an all-star, and so is Drew Holiday. But then they're not a superstar. Giannis is a superstar, so it's two superstar. I consider Kyrie a superstar. I consider James Harden a superstar. That's why it's like stacking the deck, you know what I mean, over there in Brooklyn. On Philly, Embiid is a superstar. Ben Simmons is an all-star. He's not a superstar. He's an all-star. And then there's also the fact of, is you going to take that shot? And they got Curry, you know what I mean? Stephcurry, you know what I mean? They got Tobias Harris. He can be an all-star, give or take who you substitute in there. So it's kind of like even is what I'm saying. Really, Kevin Durant is the one that puts them over the top. Or if you swap out, you take out Harden and put Kevin Durant, then Harden to put them over the top, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion. So I think they still could make it and make a run, but I don't think they'll be able to win. Now let's go to the West. So they saying Anthony Davis is he on his way back. He was cleared to practice, so I guess he's back practicing now. And they was erring on the side of caution with him as well, because without him, you're not going to get out the West. The West is tough, top to bottom. Like even the 6th seed is, you know what I mean? It's tough out there. But it's also the same 3 teams or 4 teams. It's Utah, number 1, Phoenix, Clippers, Lakers. That's really it. After that, got the Dallases. Could they do something? You know what I mean? You got Portland. I forgot about Portland. Dame Lillard is in the MVP race. Should he win? These last couple of games, like they've been letting some games go by the wayside. Like you losing the teams that you shouldn't be losing to. Not with McCullough, you just got, Norman Powell, Nurkic is back. I think they, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm sure they'll get it together because the season is winding down. It's almost playoff time. Playoffs? You kidding me? Don't talk to me about playoffs. I just hope we can win a game. So out there in the West, like, it's okay. Shoot them up at the OK Corral. LeBron, they'll be back, and then we'll see how it falls. And Donovan Mitchell was hurt, but they got the easiest of the schedule to me of the games that's left. So that's why, if it was gonna happen, it's better that it happened now, so that he can get his rest, and then they can ride him out. That's their workhorse. When he come back, he's gonna have to show out. Otherwise, Shaq will be right. Then you probably need an extra star. Clarkson off the bench tonight, for instance. They won, and Clarkson off the bench, 22. Bench player. Scored the most points. I think the one of the starters had 21, and I think Gobert had 13 or 15. You know what I'm saying? Now, he was going against Drummond, who only had 8 and 8. He went 3 for 15 or 3 for 10, something like that. Had a bad shooting night. But they got the wiggle room to make it happen. So, who y'all think gonna win MVP now that a lot of players that's in the MVP race, besides the Joker, he the only one that really wasn't injured or hasn't missed no games. But LeBron was in the race. He missed mad games. Joel Embiid, he was in the race. He's still in the race. All these players are still in the race. He missed a lot of games. Harden, they was putting him in there, and he was balling like an MVP. He missed a couple of games. Donovan Mitchell, I had him in the MVP race just on the sole fact that you got the number one record in the NBA, and you also in the West. Like, yeah, the West. So, who else is in the MVP race? Dame Lillard, Dame time. His team is they still right there as well. But like I said, last couple of games, all the stuff matters. I do think they should do an MVP and then the best player. I do think they should do that. That way you could give out 2 awards and make it, you know what I'm saying? Who else should be in the MVP race? Like I said, not Nurkic. The Joker, now with Murray out, it's going to be tough for them. They won tonight, double overtime against a team that's fighting to get into. And Memphis is they might be scary in the first round if they get all their players back. I think they're a gritty team as well, and they play with a chip on their shoulder, especially from last year, how they was in the playoffs. Then once they transitioned to the bubble, it's like, oh, now we got to play to get in, and then they didn't get in, and we know what happened. So they carry that over to this year. They ain't really playing. They don't got the best records. They still fighting at the bottom, but they're doing better than Zion and them. I just spoke about it. They in 11th spot. Like, you got Ingram and Zion and Ball. Like, you know what I mean? He ain't a superstar, but I like Ball. A two-way player. Got better every year. You know what I mean? In my estimation. They saying he on the Knicks radar. I don't know. Like, do we want him? As long as we don't got to give up no draft picks, no future assets, we don't got to leverage our, our future, now, or just to try to, like they did with Carmelo. Knicks, obviously, with Dolan, one of the worst, owners in sports, in my opinion. I think a lot of people share that sentiment. I know what it's like to lose, to feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail. Turn the legs to jelly. Dread it. Run from it. Destiny arise. The same, like, yeah, the Thanos line, yeah. Next, we've been swimming at the bottom, so we know what it's like to lose. I just hope they don't do no floopity bum moves and mess up what they got. They got some good pieces. Just got to keep drafting well and building well. You know what I mean? Obviously, Randle turned out to be a good pick. A lot of us was laughing. You know what I mean? Looking with the side eye like, Randle, that's what we thought you was going to get Kyrie. Thought you was going to get Kevin Durant. Thought you was going to get LeBron. Thought you was going to get, some of the top players. And then we end up getting him. So it was like, and you traded Porzingis. That was like the last best thing to me that the Knicks did, obviously, was draft Porzingis and then getting R.J. Barrett. You know what I mean? I think R.J. Barrett going to be a great player in the league. Like, he already showing in his second year, going to get stronger, going to get better, working on the three. And I like what they say, like, far as, all summer, I think wherever he was at, it was hot, they were saying. So he, like, every day he doing what he's supposed to do, which is try to get better. Let me know what y'all think. Can the Knicks win the first round? Can the Knicks win the matchup? Can the Knicks win the series in the first round? I'm saying no. I'm saying we could get a game or two, depending on who we play. Who y'all MVP with the candidates in and out of the lineup because of injuries, and who y'all think going to the finals? Like, I told y'all who I thought in the beginning of the preseason. Then as the season started, as the season progresses, and I'm still sticking with what it is. I like Lakers still, health-wise, if they're healthy. And I'm going to go with Brooklyn. I had Philly, but I just think Brooklyn talent is just going to be too much. Who y'all think going to the finals? Who y'all think going to win the MVP race? If y'all are New York Knicks fans like me, who y'all think we can win the first round, playoff round, or we packing our bags and we out of here in the first round? Let me know what y'all think. Before you leave, again, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share the video, hit the notification bell if you like content like this, so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. It's your boy POPAVIST. That be me. Tuned in. POPAVIST TV. We live. We rolling. We unscripted. We definitely authentic. That feeling back up in here one more again.